people, welcome back to Julie's show. I would like us to have a small discussion or listen to a small talk about eggs consumption among children who are above 6 months of age. Well, the basis of my discussion is from an information that has been going on that I've listened to from many mothers, from our grandmothers, that children above 6 months who have not yet started speaking, who have not yet, started talking, should not be fed on eggs. How true is that statement? I've created this video to just make correct correct this up once and for all. Because it's something that has been going on, and the small talks that we have with the few people I interact with that cannot change what the society knows. So if I give this small talk and you get to listen to it, please let us do the right. Do us a favor by by sharing this information with any mother or with anyone that you know around who may be taking care of a child who is at that stage where they're supposed to start being feeding on family feeds. So we know that at 6 months, children are supposed to continue breastfeeding, but they're also supposed to be introduced into family feeds because now the breast milk alone cannot sustain all their body needs. So at this point, we encourage mothers to start introducing the baby, or let's say babies, into family feeds. So by family feeds, I just mean that any other food that's eaten at home, make it in a way that is palatable to a child. Mostly we start them off with the porridge. We start them off with mashed foods, semi-solids, any food that you can make in a semi-solid way, be it beans, you can mash it, waru, rice, mix it up to make a healthy diet, then you feed your baby on it. But today, my main part of focus is on eggs consumption. Why am I dwelling on eggs consumption? I've just said there before that many mothers fear giving their children eggs. So why do you fear giving your child an egg? An egg has no link. There's no scientific proof that an egg can interfere with the child's speech. There's no scientific proof. There's no research that has shown that when a child consumes eggs, then their speech is delayed. So I would like us to understand that it's a wrong information that we have in our midst, and it's a wrong information that we have with us, and it's through such kind of talks that we get to correct such kind of information. And it is with the same strength, with the same velocity, or should I say with the same speed that the wrong information is being passed, that we should also correct and have the right information moving forward. So I would like to just state a few points to back up what I'm saying. An egg has all the nutrients just to facilitate the starting of a life out of a single cell, because we all know that it's from an egg that a baby is formed, be it the human egg, be it the chicken egg or a bird or a what, that egg it is the egg that contains all the nutrients that supports the life that starts from a single cell. So for it to support the life that starts, that tiny life, the embryo, it means that this egg must have all the nutrients in the right quantity that is required to support the life of whatever is growing. If it's a chick, if it's a human, whatever is growing out of it should have all the nutrients to support its growth. So with that point driven home, I would like us to understand that if you consume an egg, therefore you've consumed all those nutrients. How about if a child consumed the same egg? The child will also get the same nutrients. And I would like to also remind us that a child who is just above 6 months of age, children who are less than 5 years, their growth rate is very high, they are growing very fast, and therefore they will require also high nutritive foods that are that have high nutrient contents to support their rapid growth. An egg will be mentioned among the foods that a child is supposed to eat to support their rapid growth. So why are we denying children this precious commodity? Why are we denying our children this cheap and affordable source of protein that we have at home? Many of us rear chicken, and even if you don't have it, they're cheaply available in the surrounding markets. It's the only, I think it's among the cheapest sources of protein. I should not say only. It's one of the cheapest proteins that can be, bought by anyone, be it of lower or middle or higher social class. All of us can access eggs because it's always one less than 20 shillings. You get? So if you want to feed a child on eggs, there's nothing wrong with you feeding a child on eggs. I would like us to take this home, that there's nothing wrong with a child being fed on eggs. There's no scientific proof that feeding on eggs will delay speech of a child. And so, the point that you should also take home is that the frequency of consumption also matters. Just like you would get bored or it would become monotonous if you consume one type of food every day. Imagine somebody taking a porridge every day, or viazi, or even githeri. It reaches a point that you'll be fed up with this food, and moving forward you may not even want to see it again in your life. The same happens to eggs consumption. It's also just a food item like any other. If you decide to consume it every day, just know that a time is coming when you'll be bored with this egg, you'll hate it, and you'll be bored, you'll hate it. It will be monotonous and you don't want to see it again. So that will happen if you to the babies, if you also expose them to eggs every day, like 7 days, Monday to Sunday, 7 days a week. The child will be bored with this food, they'll hate it for the rest of their life, and we don't want that to happen. So the moderation also is a factor to consider. We recommend, I would say that a child should be fed on eggs at least twice or thrice a week. On the higher side, do 3 times. On the lower side, do 2 times. But the point is, feed a child on an egg or on eggs twice or thrice a week. If you realize that a child is allergic to eggs, that is when you can withdraw or stop. But if there's nothing like that, there's no any other reason to stop your child from feeding on an eggs. So you can just consider the method of cooking again. If it's a child that's about 6 months, they've not really developed the ability to feed well, you can do scrambled eggs because it's a bit soft. Because other feeds we also give them in a semi-solid state because they've not really known how to chew and stuff like that. But if it's an older child, you can do both boiled and scrambled. For children less than just between 6 months and 8 months, they're just starting to eat. So do soft, that is scrambled eggs. If you do boiling, that is a bit hard. You have to accompany it with some soup. You have to accompany it with some fluid to make the baby swallow it easily, and so that they are not choked too. So that was my main point of today. There's nothing wrong with you feeding a child on eggs. It will not delay their speech. There's no scientific proof that that eggs delays a child's ability to speak. If you have any comments, if you have any suggestion on any topic you want us to talk about, put it on the comment section. Please subscribe. Support us by subscribing to our videos. Thank you.